We're into the last match of the group, but certainly not of the cast. In the bottom left in this best of 5, he is the blue Zerg, Zanster. And top right, as the red Zerg, it is Bly. Oh no, we're stuck. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, just stick the other way. Just stick to the other way. Come on. Well, you're gonna be what? Oh, there we go, we got it. Early pull from Bly. We saw a lot of those the last time these guys played, and while Zanster was getting smarter against them with his builds, to be honest, the last game these guys played, the 4th game, Zanster had a pretty nice build against it, but still, you know, got Banelings to the face. Banelings right to the drone face. So Bly, I mean, this time, not going for a gas, just the early pull. Looking for a cancel or a kill, rather, on that hatchery. Zanster does go for the hatch first, into a pool, into more drones. So, maybe playing gasless once again. This is how he opened up on Proxima last time these guys played. And it was a pretty epic, long ZvZ. Ling successfully dodged the first Overlord, but the second one is right behind it, so, and of course they will see the reinforcements anyways. But Zanster already dedicates to a 3rd base, and if he thinks this is going to be a Speedling, Baneling follow-up, then he will cancel this one, and he might still get this one killed. Okay. I didn't mean on there. I really didn't. So he is letting this one go, hoping that it'll buy time for him to get a Spine Crawler and Lings and Queens, which he does need. That's not incorrect. But there's no follow-up here. Well, except more Lings. But now, there's most of the Lings that are going to appear. And Zanster's going to try and hold with the drones. But if he loses drones and loses the hatchery, then it's just truly, truly devastating. And the early pull without the gas is a total success. And that might just be the case here. He loses 3 drones, only gets a handful of Bly's Lings, doesn't have his own speed, canceled the 3rd base, lost his natural. Zanster just takes a loss here. And while he won't tap out yet, this game is going to be an uphill climb for him. He only just recently realized, with time, but also confirmed with the Overlord, that it wasn't the follow-up Speedling or Baneling. And that means that the fact that he lost drones, pulled them off of the main, built a Spine Crawler, lost the hatchery, had to cancel the 3rd base, all of these things are way too bad. Bly, of course, very happy with how this wall went down, especially seeing, scouting in the main base, there's no speed on the way. Because if Zanster does all these things and then has gas and has Speedlings to control the map, then maybe he catches up in the natural, and then maybe even catches up in the 3rd base because he denies it a couple of times. But that's not the case. Gas finally on the way for Zanster. Bly holding off because he knows that he can. There you go, double gas now. And Bly's going to be feeling very pretty with this game. Zanster basically double expands. He had the minerals for it. But Bly's the one that is up in workers and should be up in the hatcheries. These Lings look very childish. What? Lings did a great scout in the main base. It is important to know what your opponent's doing, even though you know you already took the loss. I mean, you don't want to be blindsided by mutas either. Seems a lot of gas is being taken at 3rd base, so no super quick lair. Looking for a drone kill, but highly unlikely. Lair is started for Bly. Zanster is still finishing up his 3rd base. Drone still down about 10. That's bad. Income should be just stable in Bly's favor. Roach Warren on the way for Bly, but he might still add on that Spire afterwards. Certainly something that he does commonly. Double Evo Chipper for Zanster. He might stick on Lings. Usually double Evo means Ling production, but we've seen a couple of games where double Evo does still add on to the Roaches. Time will tell. There's that Spire. So predictable, and that means that if Zanster, if I can predict it, then Zanster probably can too, having literally just played Bly just 2-3 hours ago, and then of course having played Bly a lot, being on the European server in a lot of these tournaments. But he hasn't seen anything yet, so there's not much to predict. I mean, if you really know your opponent, I guess you could have predicted 3 base and a Roach Horn and a Spire back into Roaches. But I would have thought there'd be a little more scouting. A little bit more scouting. Do the Roaches look bigger than usual, or is that just me? They look kind of fat. The crazy's sitting in. Lair's now on the way for Zanster, and it was 1-1 for the melee. This can be surprisingly effective against Roaches, and if Bly was thinking like, I got the economy lead, so I must have the Roach lead, so I must be able to win the game just by moving out, floods of Lings surrounding his Roaches could have turned that. But it's not just a, okay number of Roaches, this is a lot of Roaches, and he is not moving out willy-nilly. Not quite yet anyways. Ling's looking for opportunities, but unfortunately Proxima Station, one of the more difficult maps, I think, to get opportunities with Lings. Abyssal Reef, you're constantly dipping in, and out of the avenues of attack. Proxima really only has the one until you get to 4 and 5 bases. Roach is on the way forward here, and I think Zanster is just without a chance. He's getting a lot of Spine Crawlers, which is his best bets to defend, but they're not done. Ling upgrades, one is done, but the melee is not. Infestor's on the way for Bly. He's following this up beautifully, and this is just an easy peasy win. Up 70 army supply, 80 army supply. Spinecrawlers finish, but can they really hold on for that long? I don't think so. All the drones are gonna die. Lings finally have both upgrades, but it's way too late. Just waiting for the tap out. GG. Oh, I'm yawning up a storm. Oof. Newkirk Precinct. Now, the last time these guys played, it was a 3-1 win for Bly. Zanster's able to take at least one of the games. But Bly did look quite good, and he is already up 1-0. See if he continues with the early aggression. So far, not. In the bottom right is the blue Zerg. It is Bly. In the bottom left is the red Zerg. He is Zanster. Son of a beach nut. Is that off or is it not? Okay, no, I think it's okay. It didn't lock. Success. Good deal. So good news. After this game, Fear Dragon will be joining me, as my voice is getting quite scratchy. And I would like to have it for tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Lots of casting. My cats don't love me today. I think they're wanting their food, so they're being impatient downstairs. They're very patient about their impatience. Zanster goes for the hatchery only just now, whereas Bly is a little bit already on the way. Slower pool won't mean much. Zanster's not looking to be aggressive with his. Bly gets a bit of a win here. Not nearly as much of a win as the last game's openers. I mean, that was truly the most devastating thing that Zanster could do against what Bly did. I mean, he was totally in the right to think that he had to react like that, but, you know, maybe he should have not tried to save the natural. Maybe he should just let his third base finish and cancel the natural base. Like, I don't know. Tough stuff. Newcook Precinct usually goes into those lane wars. We saw last game, Proxima Station, that Zanster originally intended to go into gasless build Roaches, and then Bly did go gasless into Roaches, and that's just become more popular on Proxima. Fairly an okay, but not super easy, walled off map. Newkirk is very large, and creep spread takes a while to get over there, so it's not quite the same setup, and you don't have 3 bases, you only have 2 protected by that wall. So not quite the same at all. So you usually get these lane wars in the middle of the map that are around the third bases that are situated right here and here. Zanster's going to try and go around. His speed is nowhere near finishing, so this is just going to be slow lings being sneaky. Bly has the same thoughts, different path. Then you get a Higgins for the 24-month resub. Lings do come in here. Instant pull away from Bly. So no drones go down. Zanster's Overlord sees the Lings here, and there are Lings already. So Bly shouldn't be able to get anything done either. Scuffles all over the map, but no one really able to do anything without speed. Baneling Nest for Zanster, not yet for Bly. Big difference here. Now in a, okay macro game, where you both have decent injects going along and decent economy, you can survive without your own banelings in a baneling war. Or you can just hope that they don't really commit that much with their banelings. But it's difficult, and it's risky. Overlord's gonna get taken out as Bly moves forward here, but he's got to be careful not to run into these banelings that Zanster have totally prepared for this exact scenario. Dodges out of the banelings, but now has trapped himself into the natural, so he's gonna lose all of his lings potentially. Baneling's looking for the shots. He's able to escape. Wow, Houdini here. Even catches the lings, or gets 2 drones and a handful of lings, and barely any of his die. What a Zergling group. Now Zanster still sees no banelings from Bly. His Overlord, unfortunately, that was scouting for continued aggression, is no longer available, so he can't really tell if Bly's going to be aggressive or not. But still seeing no more lings that he knows now. So he does go into droning. Not going to try and counter, despite having 5 banelings available. Takes his third base. Bly goes for a 2-base lair. Gonna hold off on that for a little while. Good news. There's a cat in the cat cam position. Yeah, you are, Palo. Yes, you are. I should just put my camera on, like, someone's point of view. Cranks? No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. What the hell is... Seriously? You're the one that made it. You're the host! Ah! But there is still that bug that makes it really janky. Kevin isn't this bad an observer. The observer interface is just bugging on multiple fronts after the most recent patch. Let go. Alright, so Spire is on the way for Bly, as anticipated from a 2-base lair. Lair is only just started for Zanster, and he is going into Roaches, I presume, but only so far in Evolution Chamber. Ling's gonna get a scout into that main base, see the lair timing, see no Roach Warren. So not the fullest scout you'd ever want. Bly has a Roach Warren and is going into Roaches after the Spire. But with no Roach Warren as of yet for Zanster. Oh no, I missed it. Just kidding, he has one. He had built one preemptively. That was my fault. And he's not getting Roach Speed because his lair isn't done. That's why I didn't think there was one. Did Bly see that then? Okay, Bly did. So, I was gonna say, if you don't see a Roach Warren, you don't have to be worried about attack. You can just get to mute it immediately. But seeing the Roach Warren might be a little afraid of being pressured, so he does invest into a couple of Roaches. Bly is down a bit in drones. Gonna be down about 3. But he's going to have those mutas on his side. Deals with the Ling, Baneling attack, okay. Oh, no. Spoke too soon. Already down in work is loses 6. Oh, transfuse. Loses 5 more. 6 mutas on the way, however, might be able to bring back that count. 1 or 2 at a time. Control over the map. And then it's going to be back into the Roach Wars as Bly needs to catch up on his +1 and Roach speed. Baneling's looking to skedaddle on into the natural, but there's a Spine Crawler, so they're definitely not going to be able to do that. They need the Lings to soak up a couple of shots. Not really going to work out. Zanster apparently not anticipating the mutas, still has a lot of Overlords all over the map, so if Bly can't get anything done in the main base, they can just take like 6 Overlords out. But there's no Spore Crawler, so the drones are going to go down. Bly's going to catch up in the drone count. Going to go right to that 3rd base. Queen's going to do so much. Roach is due for call. Blah. Run forward for both players, but Bly a little outmatched in the middle of the map. Needs to wait for reinforcements. +1's almost done for Zanster. It's 28 Roaches for Zanster, 18 for Bly, but Bly has those mutas that are just dealing constant damage. Transfuses are available from Bly. Maybe he could bring the Spine Crawler forward as well, and I think he could hold. He's up in army supply. Mutas come here, and they are going to be what really tips the balance as Zanster is forced to retreat. At least he got them off the back of his drones, but, you know, Spore Claws were finishing up anyways, so... There's still a couple of Overlords that Bly could take out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least. Just getting whatever you can with the mutas, Spine Crawler included. Bly will always be behind in the upgrades, and that sucks for his Roach army, but he's really taking control over the map. He might be able to get to a better economy off of this as well. So far, no, but might end in drones a little bit. Yeah, there they are. Overseer's gonna die. You just still haven't gone for the freebie Overlords that are littering the map. They said 4 are available. And Bly's getting quite the army supply. +1 finishes up. 4th base on the way for him. Even getting +1 flyer attacks and a couple more mutas. Oh, mutas finally go for the Overlords. This is 400 minerals freebies. Okay, he goes for an Overlord. There's stuff on the mutas. There's a Roach War. He is attacking right before Zanster has his +2 and before the Hydras are out, so the mutas are getting free damage on those Roaches. And Roaches just outnumbering Zanster's. GG. Bly, blink of an eye, finishes game number 2 in his favor. So once again up 2-0. Zanster's able to bring it back at least once, and he brought it back entirely versus Mana. So next game will determine if he can live or if he's really out of the group. And take a break while I can. It could be the last game in this series, in this group. But not of the day. There's another group after this, and then another after that, and another after that. I'm glad to say that I have a co-caster, as my throat is getting quite itchy and feels like it's burning, and all that good stuff. Fear Dragon has joined me. Say hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. So let me know how his auto levels are as we get into casting. But in the top left is the Red Zerg up 2-0. It is Bly.
And his opponent spawned down here in the bottom right. We have the blue Zerg player. It's Zanster.
Oh, jeez.
You have had a long day, and it's like I'm like amazed that only Group 1 is finishing up now.
Yeah. They gave approximately 5.5 hours to each group. And that's a good overestimation, to be honest, but it really shouldn't have been.
That's 22 hours. That's 22 hours for all 4 groups.
Oh, yeah, you're right, aren't you? Well, they're like, okay, I think that's why they have like another plan for the final group if it goes on for so long, but yeah, I'll let Rifkin deal with explaining that. But it shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have been going on for that long. There's been a lot of delays though in the beginning series, so they found themselves here today. Bly's already 3-1 Zanster, so this is a rematch with the decider, and he's looking to maybe 3-0.
Yeah, Bly's ZvZ is pretty damn good, and it's kind of that thing where if you look at the European server lately, Zergs are just doing pretty phenomenally in the past like few months. So Bly being active ladder is something that you think you mentioned before. Of course, he gets an insane amount of ZvZ practice. Zanster's kind of a funny guy also because he ladders a lot as well, but the weird thing is he always ladders on barcodes. Zanster's one of those players that just refuses to play on his actual ID like 90% of the time. So I feel like there may be mind games, but it's probably Zanster mind gaming Bly more so than Bly mind gaming Zanster.
Maybe, but apparently Bly doesn't care. He's like, whatever, man, I'm just gonna early pull you.
Can't get mind gamed if you're setting the pace.
Yeah, well, basically. I mean, that first game they played was really just totally in Bly's favor mentally. The second game was a little bit more different. Macro game here. Ling's just finding a third base, but Zanster should be able to defend it as Bly's also getting his third.
Yeah, pretty typical ZvZ opening where you have a handful of Lings that sort of get delayed. The Queen will come in and hopefully help deal with this. I am actually a little bit surprised. I guess Bly could have gone after the Queen and tried to kill it off, but you never know when the next round of reinforcing Zergons are going to come out. Well, gonna try and move in over here. One Ling coming in is gonna be able to scout out the 3 Banelings. That's kind of a nice scout. Just getting an exact timing for all of that. He probably was expecting something like that, but it's nice to confirm it. Ooh, even splits up his Lings. He's gonna be able to get a lot of these Banelings in exchange for just a handful of Lings.
Not bad. Bly is up 5 drones, just about, and he's a lair and a roach horn on the way, but his third base is going to be attacked here, and he doesn't really have anything to deal with it. Just 2 Lings on the way.
Yeah, I think he was so maybe busy microing his Lings around, and he did a fantastic job with them, understandably, but that roach horn and everything else, like, it seems like it just, as you were saying, came down a little bit late. And now the Queens are out of position because they moved over to the 3rd off of creep. The drones are going to start falling. Bly does have a small worker lead, but Zanster's going to take a bit of that lead now.
A little bit, yeah. He's behind on the lair, so he's going to be behind on roach speed. And Bly has been going for a spire every time he's gotten to that lair. We'll see if he does it again. He wants to certainly get rid of the Lings before he decides.
Yeah, Lair's going to be finishing up. We'll see what he decides to do. Now, he did throw down the Roach Horn already, so he could just go into typical Roach play. But yeah, as you're saying, Spire comes down, and usually when you go for the Spire in this situation, it's for maybe like 8 to 10 mutas. But I actually wouldn't even hate if he just went full muta just because Zanster scouted the Roach Horn. He's seen the Evo Chamber. A lot of this looks like it's going to be a heavy commitment to the Roaches.
Yeah, Bly has been not just going for the first 8 to 10, as you said, but he has been adding on, like, trickling amounts, maybe even a +1 air attack upgrade, if he thinks that he has the time to do so, which in almost every game he has. He's been able to pin Zanster back whenever he's gotten to mutas.
Ooh, Spire goes down for Zanster, but it also gets scattered up by Bly. The timing of that was after the Ling was already darting its way to the main. I actually wonder if Zanster hoped that this would go hidden, or if he was actually like, this is a next level mind game where he throws out the Spire and tries to discourage Bly from making too many mutas.
Yeah. Zanster hasn't got the confirmation scout on it, but he might know. Bly has gotten the confirmation scout on the Spire.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Lings are kind of trying to go after a lot of the drones, and Zanster definitely has a bit of a Ling lead here, but now that the Roaches are out, he should be able to push this back.
This is very interesting. So Bly isn't... I don't know, actually. I guess I have to wait to say. I don't think he's going to go into mass muta, knowing that it's going to eventually turn into muta versus muta, because he hasn't canceled his +1 attack. And I think that would be worth it if that's where you think the game was going to go.
Yeah.
So what is he going to do? Is he just going to let his mutas die and then transfer over to Roaches entirely and let Zanster have the muta lead? Or just I don't know. Maybe he thinks he's going to have muta lead no matter what.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a combo. He wants to have the Roaches, because the Roaches can still be effective in Muta Wars, right? If you use them to counterattack, just because your mutas always have to be positionally place in accordance to your opponent's mutas. So that actually does give opportunities for some of the roaches to move around, do counterattacks maybe.
Well, he did end up canceling the +1, almost like as soon as you started talking, so...
Wonderful.
Yeah, right? Interesting, then. I mean, he definitely had the scout on the Spire. I don't think he got a reconfirmed scout, so that might have just been like a... Oh, shit, like, I'm already researching +1. I don't have to do that anymore. Like, I didn't even realize. So it's a good thing they did, whereas Zanster had already started +1 before he started the muta. I thought... Well, okay, well... I don't know what situation this is, but the point is, Zanster is the one that gets a little bit... the worst side of things, because you don't want +1 attack, you want +1 carapace.
Yeah, exactly. You want +1 attack only if you're up against like a lot of roaches, you're up against a lot of lings or something. But in Muta versus Muta Wars, +1 carapace armor is inherently better in every situation. There's no situation in which +1 carapace loses to +1 flyer in Muta versus Muta.
Mm-hmm. Now, Zanster's going to hold on here. He's got queens to help out his inferior muta count as it continues to grow. But yeah, that upgrade is going to be really big. And it looks like Bly is going to bother making a couple of roaches. That's a very interesting choice. I mean, there's a lot of reasons not to make roaches when it's Muta Ling versus Muta Ling. There's a reason it's Muta Ling and not Muta Roach. Roaches cost gas, and they're not as quick. So if they are found out, they're taken care of pretty quickly, despite their health. As they're super slow. So I wonder why he made them.
Yeah, that is a bit of a good question. We may be seeing the big Muta versus Muta fight right now. It's 22-20. An upgrade has just kicked in for Bly, so he's going to have that carapace upgrade. Flyer attack upgrade hasn't even finished up just yet, but do we just see an infestation pit finish up for Zanster? This might be his big answer.
Yeah, it's very difficult to go into infestors, though, when you're already in the midst of a Muta versus Muta war. That's a lot of gas to go into something else, and you're just going to continue losing out on the Muta numbers. He even goes for double upgraded Lings, which is another huge gas investment. But it's something that he thinks he has to do. He's already behind in the game.
Yeah, I think his answer is going to be to try and rely on Spore Crawlers. Oh god, can't split up your mutas like that, Zanster, but rely on Spore Crawlers just buy time during the Muta versus Muta fights, because if he has a little bit of the extra advantage with the queens also, he can take even-ish trades. Oh god, but half of his mutas aren't even in this fight right now.
Oh god, he had been trying to micro against it, I suppose, but also was distracted by the roaches killing over 30 drones to the right side. His third and fourth base is going down. He still has only a 3 muta inferior count, but it quickly snowballs, and that's it. GG, well played. Bly 3 zeros.
Wow, well done by Bly. Dominant showing in ZvZ. Shows he is a ZvZ master.
Yeah, apparently. Well, not only are you a cat fear dragon, but for a second you were also Maynard.
I'm okay with both of those things, actually.
Good. Alright, thank you to Geist. We subbed last second there, 22 months in a row. We're going to be getting the next group set up, but I really can't tell you how long that's going to take with how many other delays there has been, and I don't see all of the players online all ready to go. So
Liquipedia also says it's not supposed to start for another 54 minutes, and even if that's not actually the case, I know that there are some players who, similar to what I think you told me earlier about how some players were not entirely ready because they thought they were in Group D, which would play out. They thought Group D would play out last.
yeah, Gumiho.
Yeah, similarly, some players will check Liquipedia, see the number countdown, and be like, "Oh, okay, so I just show up at this time." And
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's not the case.
I think we have some of the players in the lobby at least, so we can at least get started. But it seems the admins are saying that there's going to be a smaller break than 54 minutes, but still a break. So I'm going to take the opportunity, and we'll see you guys whenever we can.